Welcome back to Design of Machine Element 2 second module. Last class we discussed about theory portion with respect to belt drive, that is design of flat belt drive. So mainly, so in that we discuss open belt drive as well as cross belt drive. Today we'll solve some of the important problems, so whatever the nature of the problem with respect to flat belt drive. We'll see first problem. A leather belt drive transmitting 15 kilowatt power with the help of a flat belt made up of leather of mass density 0.95 gram per cc. The center distance between the pulley is twice the diameter of bigger pulley. The smaller pulley rotates at 1440 rpm and the speed of bigger pulley is 480 rpm. The belt should operate at a velocity of 20 meter per second approximately, and the stresses in the belt should not exceed 2.25 megapascal. The coefficient of friction is 0.35. The thickness of belt is 5 millimeter. Calculate first one diameter of pulleys, second one length and width of belt, third one the belt tension. So we have already discussed design procedure of flat belt drive. So if you follow all the steps, you can able to calculate all the unknowns. So that is first one diameter of pulleys. It is nothing but you need to calculate what is the diameter of smaller pulley as well as what is the diameter of larger pulley. So that is nothing but driver and driven or follower. At the same time, we need to calculate the length and width of the belt. So length is nothing but what is the total length of the belt that is used in the given application, and we need to know about width of the belt. So width of the belt is nothing but if you know the cross section, because always flat belt drive, or we can say flat belt, the cross section of the belt is always a rectangular shape. So area is always width into thickness, because thickness is given already in the problem. So it is easily you can calculate if you know the area of the belt. And last question, we need to calculate all the tension. So always belt will subjected to different types of tension, the mainly tight side tension and slack side tension. So you have to calculate, that is T1 and T2, along with the other tensions such as initial tension and centrifugal tension. So we'll see one by one what are the given data. So this is usually nature of the problems in flat belt drive. So before going to problems, you should know one important note, because in some of the problems they will not mention which type of belt. So if it is because we have one more topic, that is V belt, so that also very important. So we have not solved any problems so far. So V belt is entirely different, the cross section. So identification of the problem is very easy, whether it is V or flat. So that you can come to know once you solve the problems on V belt. Based on data only you can identify. The main data is groove angle. So that is angle, if they given angle, so then it is nothing but V belt. So that type of problem we discuss later. But in flat belt also, two important thing we have. The one is open belt, another one is cross belt. So open belt in the sense when the speed of rotation of driver and speed of rotation of driven in the same direction, so then we call it as open belt drive. If it is in opposite direction, then we call it as cross belt drive. Suppose in the problem, if they are not mentioned with respect to direction, in the sense whether it is open or crossed, always you have to go for open belt drive. So this is one of the important note. So flat belt means if they mention only flat belt, so you have to go for it is open flat belt. drive. So now we'll see what are the given parameters given in the problem. So that we'll see one by one. The first one, the power. So this is very important. Power to be transmitted from one shaft to another shaft, because power drive is always used to transmit the power from one shaft to another shaft or one pulley to another pulley. So that value is given 15 kilowatt. So with the help of flat belt, so this is the type of belt drive. So here it is flat belt drive, and material of the belt also given, that is leather, because different materials we can use in the as a belt material, but here it is given leather, and mass density of the leather is given. The density of the belt material is 0.95 gram per cc, so that we have to convert into kg per meter cube, because gram per cc is nothing but gram per centimeter cube. We have to convert gram to kg, at the same time centimeter cube to meter cube. So after conversion, so you have to conversion in the sense you have to multiply by 1000, so you will get 950 kg per meter cube. So this is a mass density in SI unit. Now the next parameter, the center distance between the pulley is twice the diameter of bigger pulley. So here center distance is not given directly. The center distance in the sense the distance between the two centers of the pulleys, that is from the driver pulley center to driven pulley center, what is the distance. So with up to that distance you can transmit power with the help of flat belt drive. So center distance is not given, but one condition is given. uh, the distance between the pulley is twice the diameter of bigger pulley. It means that the center distance is 2 times diameter of bigger pulley. It is given by C equal to 2 into capital letter D. So capital letter D is nothing but diameter of bigger pulley. Small letter d is stands for diameter of smaller pulley, and capital letter C is nothing but center distance between the pulleys. Now coming to the with respect to speed of rotation. So smaller pulley, the smaller pulley is rotated at a higher speed, so it is act as a driver. So driver speed is 1440 rpm, so that is denoted by n1. So n1 as 1440 rpm, and speed of bigger pulley is 480 rpm. So speed of bigger pulley, that is 480 rpm, that is nothing but n2. And one more important condition they given, the belt should operate at a velocity of 20 meter per second. So velocity of the belt is given, so with the help of this velocity it is able to calculate diameter or speed, but the speed is given. So then you have to think that diameter can be calculated with the help of velocity. So velocity is V equal to pi d n divided by 60. So without considering the effect of thickness, if you consider the effect of thickness, then it will be V equal to pi into d plus t into n divided by 60,000. Now coming to the one more important, the stress in the belt should not exceed 2.25 megapascal. It means that so maximum stress or design stress, so that is nothing but maximum stress, so that value is given 2.25 megapascal. It is nothing but allowable static stress of the belt material. So if you exceed this, the belt may fail. So in order to avoid failure, so you have to the maximum stress of that belt should be lesser than this value. So that's why we are considering the maximum stress. The maximum stress always located at tight side of the belt. You know, the tight side is subjected to always maximum stress than slack side. So that's why the sigma D is nothing but sigma 1 is equal to 2.25 megapascal is nothing but 2.25 Newton per millimeter square. The of coefficient of friction is 0.35, so that also very important. So to find out capacity of the belt, so we should know two coefficient of friction, that is one for uh, driver and belt, driver pulley and belt. So another one is driven pulley and belt. So that is denoted by mu s and mu l. So mu s stand for coefficient of friction for smaller pulley and belt material. Similarly, mu L is a coefficient of friction between larger pulley and belt. So here it is given only one value. It means that so for the both pulleys the value will be same. That is mu S is equal to mu L is equal to 0.35. So it is directly given mu S 0.35. So with help and one more thing, thickness of the belt is given, that is 5 millimeter. So wherever velocity ratio or velocity, so you have to consider the thickness into account. So that's why you have to add this value 5, and at the same thing, while calculating the width of the belt, if you know the area, so easily you can calculate width of the belt with the help of thickness, because area equal to B into T. So that also we'll discuss later. Now coming to the first step, that is unknown diameter, because first question is to find out diameters of smaller pulley as well as diameter of larger pulley. So usually we are using in the design of flat belt drive. The first step is with the help of velocity ratio, that is n1 into capital letter D, that is equal to n2 into D, is nothing but n1 divided by n2 is nothing but is equal to D, capital letter D divided by small letter d. So if you use that equation, you cannot calculate values of diameter, because both values here unknown. So otherwise you have to use that equation. Now here we can calculate with the help of velocity, because velocity is same for smaller pulley as well as for larger pulley, that is V equal to you have to consider thickness into account. That's why you have to add thickness, otherwise V equal to pi d into n1 divided by 60,000, that is equal to pi into d, capital letter D, into n2 divided by 60,000. So here thickness is given in the problem, so that's why you have to add thickness. So now we'll see what is the value of capital letter D as well as small letter d. So velocity is 20 meter per second. Keep in your mind, always you have to keep velocity in meter per second only. Don't convert into some other units. So velocity is always should be in meter per second. If you substitute this one, so pi into small letter d plus 5. So that is we need to find out diameter of smaller pulley. So what is the speed of rotation of smaller pulley? So it is given 1440 rpm divided by 60,000. So you can calculate smaller d. Similarly, it is able to calculate capital letter D, because velocity is same for both the pulleys. Pi into capital letter D plus 5, pi is nothing but thickness of the belt, into 480. So 480 is nothing but n2, that is speed of rotation of larger pulley, divided by 60,000. So with the help of this one, we can calculate two values, is nothing but first question, that is diameter of smaller pulley as well as diameter of larger pulley. So diameter of smaller pulley is 260 millimeter and diameter of larger pulley is 790 millimeter. So these two are diameters for smaller as well as larger pulleys. If you know this diameter, easily you can calculate some other values, that is angle of contact, length of belt. We already seen in the design equations. So now we'll move forward to the second step, that is length of belt. So here we need to calculate what is the length of belt. To calculate length of belt, because whatever the equation what we use for open belt, so that is based on one of the important factor, that is center distance. So center distance is given by 2 into d, because this is the given condition. Center distance they are not given in the problem, but they are represented in terms of capital letter D. Center distance is 2 times D. Now substitute value of D. So value of capital letter D is 790. So 2 into 790 is nothing but 1580. So this is center distance. If you know the center distance, easily you can calculate length of belt. So now what is the equation? So there will be a two equation in your data and book, one for open belt drive and one for cross belt drive, because in the problem they have not mentioned, they have mentioned only flat belt. So in such case always you have to go for open belt drive. So that is the main assumption. So that can be calculated with the help of equation number 14.2b. So that is for open belt drive. So L equal to 2c plus pi divided by 2 into d plus d plus d minus d whole square divided by 4c. So if you substitute that equation, so whatever the value, so c is nothing but 1580 and capital letter D is nothing but 790, small letter d is nothing but 260. So after substitution, the value of L you will get 4853.88 millimeter. It means that the whatever the belt over two pulleys, if you know, if you find the length, so that length will be 4853.88. So this much length of belt used in the particular application. So when the diameter is 260 and 790 and the center distance is 1580, it means that the distance between the two pulleys is 1580 and you have used one larger pulley of diameter 790 and one smaller pulley. So if you pass one belt over these two pulleys, so the total length of that belt is 4853.88 millimeter. Now third step, that is capacity. So you have to calculate e to the power mu into theta. So separately you have to calculate, one for larger pulley and one for smaller pulley. So mu L is nothing but coefficient of friction between larger pulley and belt. At the same time, mu S is nothing but coefficient of friction between the smaller pulley and belt. So here it is not given separately in the problem. So they have given only one value. It means that the coefficient of friction is same for both the pulleys. If in some of the problem they may give you two values for friction, at that time you have to calculate separately. Out of these two values, so one value will get minimum. So that value you have to consider as a capacity of the belt. So how to calculate, that is e to the power mu L and theta L. So for that reason we have to calculate theta L and theta S. So theta L means angle of contact. What is the contact of the belt? So that is the contact area between the belt and pulley. Similarly for smaller pulley, you have to calculate separately for smaller as well as larger pulley. So after finding, one value will be minimum, so that we have to use. if one of the important note, if coefficient of friction is same for both pulleys. In our case, in the given problem, because coefficient of friction is same, so that's why we need to calculate only e to the power mu s theta s, because this value will be always minimum. E to the power mu s theta s value will be minimum. So now we can calculate, before finding e to the power mu s theta s, we have to calculate theta s, that is for open belt drive. So all the calculation, whatever the terms, that you have to calculate only for open belt drive, because they have not given uh, in the problem. We have to refer cross belt drive only, it is not given, so that's why you have to go for open belt drive. You can see here, so from the data and book, so you can find this equation, that is 14.1a in your data and book. So that is for open belt, so that is angle of contact for smaller pulley, that is theta s is equal to pi minus 2 sin inverse d minus d divided by 2c. So that is nearly equal to pi minus d divided by c. So now you substitute value of diameters, pulley diameters, that is larger pulley diameter and smaller pulley diameter, along with center distance. So you will get pi minus 2 sin inverse 790 minus 260 divided by 2 into 1580, because c is 1580. So after substitution you will get theta is 2.8046. Always you have to keep theta s in radian, so don't substitute in degree. So always you have to keep this value in radian, so better you have to keep your calculator in radian mode to calculate theta s. Now coming to the theta l, because this is not required. Suppose if coefficient of friction is given separately for both the pulleys, then we have to calculate theta l. So here we can calculate theta l in the similar way. So you have to refer one more equation, that is 14.1b. So you will get theta l, that is angle of contact for larger pulley. So you will get 3.4786 radian. So anyhow this value is not required in the design. So now we have to calculate next step, that is very important. So e to the power mu s theta s, because if coefficient of friction is same, so then always minimum value will be e to the power mu s theta s. Now you substitute, so mu value given, that is coefficient of friction 0.35. So 0.35 into 2.8046, e to the power 0.35 into 2.8046, so you'll get 2.66875. so this is a constant value you will get. Now the next step you have to follow, that is centrifugal stress. So what is the centrifugal stress? So that value is required to calculate the power transmitted per mm square area of the belt. So in order to find out sigma c, first we should know what are the important terms here. So this is W. So W is nothing but weight density of the belt material. So here belt is leather, and mass density of the belt material is given, that is 0.95 gram per cc. Is it equal to 950 kg per meter cube? SI unit of mass density is kg per meter cube. But so if you use W in your data and book, below this equation, that is 14.3f, they have mentioned W always you have to keep in Newton per meter cube. So Newton per meter cube is nothing but weight density. It means that weight density of the material. So how to convert mass density into weight density? It's very easy. If you know mass density in SI unit, so you have to multiply by 9.81. so it is nothing but rho into g. So rho is nothing but mass density, g is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. So if you multiply that one, so you will get W. So W will get in terms of Newton per meter cube. So that is very important, Newton per meter cube. This value always you have to substitute in Newton per meter cube. So you have to read the problem properly. Usually they will not give you in terms of Newton per meter cube. So in the present problem they are given in terms of gram per cc. So we have to convert 0.95 gram per cc. How to convert that one we'll see. So this is mass density 950 kg per meter cube. We already converted into kg per meter cube in the beginning. So again you have to convert into W. So that is weight density. So rho into G. G is nothing but 9.81. So into velocity square, that is 20 square. 20 values given, divided by 10 to the power 6 into G. So you will get value 0.37924. So that is the centrifugal stress. Now coming to the fifth step, that is we have to find value of K, because while calculating the power transmitted, so you will get one term, that is e to the power mu theta minus 1 divided by e to the power mu theta. So that's why you calculate now itself this term, that is constant term. So you have to note that. So this can be calculated only for based on the capacity, because you have two values, that is e to the power mu L theta L and similarly e to the power mu S theta S. So out of these two values, one value will be minimum. So when it will be minimum, when the coefficient of friction is same for the both the pulleys are same, then only that value will be minimum. So that's why here you have to use e to the power mu S theta S minus 1 divided by e to the power mu S theta S, because coefficient of friction is same in this problem. Now you calculate K equal to 2.66875 minus 1. We already calculated this value, e to the power mu S theta S minus 1 divided by 2.66875. So after substituting you will get 0.6253. So this is the constant value K. Now sixth step, very important step, that is width of belt. So that can be calculated always power transmitted per mm square area. So width is equal to the power transmitted divided by power transmitted per mm square area. So if you know what is the power for whole belt, similarly what is the power transmitted per mm square area, then easily you can calculate area of the belt. So area of the belt is here, area of rectangular cross section. So power transmitted per mm square area, so you will get from equation number 14.6a in your data handbook, that is P per mm square is equal to V divided by 1000. So 1000 is nothing but the power you have to substitute in kilowatt into sigma d. Sigma d is nothing but maximum stress, is nothing but tight side stress. It's also called design stress or allowable stress of the belt material, minus sigma c. Sigma c is nothing but centrifugal stress into this term, that is K, e to the power mu theta minus 1 divided by e to the power mu theta. So this is the equation 14.6a. Now power transmitted is given by, so power transmitted, so without area, you can see here, so this is power transmitted, area is there. So if you divide it by this whatever the previous equation, so you will get area, because in the previous equation there is no area, only V divided by 1000 sigma d minus sigma c into K value. You can see here same equation, sigma d, V also there, but extra here is B into T. It means that B into T is nothing but area of the belt. So how to calculate? So that is from equation number 14.5a. So easily you can calculate. How to calculate B into T? So you have to divide. So P is nothing but power transmitted. It's given in the problem. So if you divided by the everything, that is V divided by 1000. So this entire term you have to divide. So that is then only you will get B into T. So B into T is nothing but area of the belt. You can see here area A equal to B into T. So power transmitted divided by power transmitted per mm square area. So this is previous equation, and the power transmitted is 14.5 A. So now we can calculate. uh, Power transmitted is 15 kilowatt. So you have to write always in kilowatt. So when you use above equation, so the power should be in kilowatt. So power transmitted per mm square area, so that is V divided by 1000. So you should also keep in kilowatt. So whatever the kilowatt will cancel. So everything you will get in you will get in terms of millimeter square. So into sigma d is 2.25 minus sigma c. So this value also we calculated, W into V square divided by 10 to the power 6 into G. So that value, I think this one is wrong here. Here this term is this is wrong. This is 0.37. So this is 0.37. So into multiply by K, that is 0.6253. So after calculating this value, you will get value becomes so you will get value becomes B equal to 130 millimeter. So this is not meter, this should be in millimeter. So now coming to the next step, so that is belt tensions. We need to calculate all the tensions. So that is mainly tight side tension as well as slack side tension. We already calculated centrifugal tensions. So now this is the main equation for flat belt drive, the ratio of the tension by considering the centrifugal tension into account. So this equation either you can write in terms of tensions, or you can write in terms of stress. So if you write in terms of stress, the equation will be 14.3 D. So sigma 1 is nothing but tight side stress, sigma c is nothing but centrifugal stress, sigma 2 is nothing but slack side stress, sigma c again centrifugal stress, e to the power mu theta. So minimum value you have to use. So that is in this problem for smaller pulley, that's why you have to use e to the power mu s theta s. So now, so we already calculated what is the value of sigma c. Sigma c value becomes point. I think this is wrong, whatever the copy in error. So this will be 0.37. So this term will be not 0.6253. So this term will be 0.379. So all of you make change this one. So in both places this will be 0.379. So all of you make change that one. So that is absolutely wrong. So because of typing error. So this equation is 2. So all of you look at here. So 2.25 minus 0.3793 divided by sigma 2 minus 0.3793, that is equal to e to the power mu s theta s. This value already you calculated, that is 2.66875. So after calculating this value, so you'll get sigma 2 as 1.08 Newton per millimeter square. So this is very important. Sigma 2 is nothing but slack side stress value. So now how to find out tension? If you know stress, easily you can find the tension, because stress equal to force by area. Whatever the tension is nothing but force. So that's why tension can be calculated if you know the area. So easily you can calculate uh, tension of the belt, because tension is equal to stress into area. So you can see here T1, that is sigma 1 into A. So T1 equal to sigma 1 is nothing but sigma D, that is maximum stress in the belt material, is nothing but tight side stress, that is 2.25. it is given in the problem. If you multiply by area, how to calculate area? If you know the width and if you know the thickness, because flat belt, right, the cross section of the belt is always in rectangular shape. That's why you have to the area of the rectangular shape is always width into thickness, that is width is 130 and thickness is 5. So after calculating you will get tension as 1462.5 Newton. The unit of tension is Newton. Similarly you can calculate T2. The T2 is sigma 2 into A, because force equal to stress into area. Now we can calculate T2, that is sigma 2 into A. So T2 is 1.08 into 130 into 5. So because whatever the T2 sigma 2 value, that is 1.08. So if you multiply by area, so you will get slack side tension. So that is 702 Newton. So that is these two tensions are very important. With the help of this one, you can calculate initial tension in the belt. So that also possible. For this problem I will restrict till here. So for some other problem, so we can calculate initial tension in the belt. So that can be calculated, so with the help of particular equation. So that also we'll see in the next problem. So this is about first problem. So all the most of the problems are nature will be same in the flat belt drive. So easily you can solve any type of the problem. So they will mention what are the unknowns you have to find out. So based on that you can calculate. Thank you.